Hello, fellas. Welcome to ProBROknow.
Hello.
How are you?
Fellas. I like
Fellas.
that. Fellas.
I like
Hey,
fellas.
fellas. I
Hey,
like
fellas.
fellas, too.
It's just very casual.
It is. I'm feeling
fellas.
casual today.
Yes.
Yeah, me too. So I
You
got the
guys,
hat on.
you guys good?
Not bad.
Awesome.
Not bad.
So today is my topic. It's about time.
You get
Yeah,
one
we haven't had a
every
we haven't had
third
a slow
topic is you.
topic.
Well,
in a while,
it feels
so.
like forever. Feels like 3 weeks since
Gonna
I've
be
had a
another
topic.
sleeper. Wait. 3 weeks. It has been 3 weeks.
Oh,
That's why.
it has been 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to do this a bit differently today. So instead of actually explaining the topic, I'm just going to roll a clip of a video that's going to explain everything.
Very good.
So can we roll that clip now?
Roll it.
So yeah, you can see today's a bit different.
Yep.
You must know by now what we're going to be talking about. But to actually give this whole topic a name officially, I'm just going to, again, roll a clip. Roll this one.
Okay, so cheers, everybody. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Epic surprise
Okay, guys. So this is our chance to talk about
Paris.
the most epic surprise we've probably ever done. We'll probably never be able to do again.
We'll never be able to top it.
Never
No.
top it. I mean, if we can, it would be amazing, but I'm not
We
sure
might
we
be able
can.
to top it.
Maybe we can.
No way.
Maybe we can. But it'd be pretty hard to do that. But as you know, we're going to talk about when we surprised mom and dad for their 50th anniversary in Paris.
Yes.
And
Yeah. That was absolutely the most epic surprise. I love that we're going to talk about it. Actually, it was heartwarming. It was exciting. It was adventurous. It was, it
was
amazing.
everything.
It was amazing. Yeah.
It was epic.
It was. So before we start, though, I do want to preface something or say something. None of us got involved in doing podcasts to get 1 million views, and that's not why we did it. We did it to kind of spend time together and just
Yep.
have an opportunity to kind of share our opinions on some things, have some fun. None of us would be upset if we got 1 million views. That'd be kind of cool. But if ever there was a podcast that we wanted people to share with others to really recognize, one, the amazing parents that we have, and two, just how our family celebrates some of these events. Because I think more people should celebrate things in a really unique way if they can make it happen. So my challenge to the viewers today is I want to see us get minimum 1,000 views on this podcast. So if you're watching, please send it on to other people, because I think other people will enjoy it and they'll really kind of feel like we should do something similar. And if that's what happens, if people do more to go out of their way to celebrate
love
special
that.
people in their lives, then they should. So that's my challenge today, to get at least 1,000 views of this podcast.
I love that way. Thank you for saying that.
Chad, you're so welcome.
Yes.
Yeah. So where do you want to start? Because there's a lot to kind of dig into here.
I think we start with the fact that it was Spence's idea. Ultimately, Spence, you're the one who kind of brought it together. So why don't you take from the intro of kind of how it came about, in a short form, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we all got together. I think we picked Woodstock as our central spot.
I think it was Kelsey's in Woodstock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to get together and kind of talk about what are we going to do for,
Their anniversary.
yeah, it was their 50th. And 50th or 40th?
50th.
50th, yeah. And so it was really about, do we do the typical party where they invite a bunch of their friends? And, that didn't really resonate with me. I know it's not my 50th, but I don't know. I just thought it warranted something bigger.
But I also seem to recall that they explicitly said they didn't really want a big party. I think they did
I
say
think
that.
Mom
Right.
said that.
Yes.
Mom didn't
Yeah,
really
they did.
want.
They did say that.
Yeah.
And that's why we got together, because we were like, well, if there's no party, what are we going to do?
How are we going to
Celebrate it.
celebrate? Yeah.
And you, in all your infinite wisdom, just took it to a next level.
Yeah, because that's what I do, right? I'm kind of go big or go home guy. And but I do remember this was the one time where And I remember when I threw the idea out, like, hey, why don't we just surprise them? And we knew they were going to Europe. They were seeing Steve and Gabs were out there.
In Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then I just cooked up the idea, like, wouldn't it be great? I knew they were going to go to Paris after Germany, that if we would just fly out there and meet them and surprise them at a dinner. And we could do it under the guise that Steve and Gabs bought them this dinner for their anniversary. That was their anniversary present, but little did they know we would actually be at that restaurant. And when I threw it out, I threw it out thinking you guys are never going to go for it, right? Because I know I've got some pretty crazy ideas. But surprisingly, you guys kind of were on board.
It was just crazy enough that we were like, let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, I remember my first thought was like, holy crap, how much is that going to cost?
Yeah.
Right. But then you start thinking about imagining them being there, seeing us, being surprised, all of the things that would unfold. It's hard to not say yes. You know?
So the cool thing about it, though, is what you're going to find out is if you're watching this, is we videotaped. We recorded everything that went on.
Yeah.
Leading up to the surprise, to the actual surprise, to after the surprise. And part of today's podcast is you're going to be able to watch some of that video as we talk about it.
Yes, we're going to incorporate the clips.
Yeah. So that was the best part. It's now been immortalized on YouTube forever. We can always go back and watch it. And even kind of revisiting it today just brings back a lot of awesome memories.
Yeah, I will say that I go back and watch it every so often, and I get emotional every time.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah. Well, you're kind of that way, Chad.
Well, you know,
Big soft.
I'm special that way.
The older you get softer.
It's true. It's true.
I agree.
So we met in Woodstock. We kind of put the plan together, and then, like, what was the first thing we want to talk about? We got a limo, right?
Yep.
And we met in Burlington at your place, Spence. And we piled into the limo and we started the adventure.
Yeah, that's where it began. It was at my house. And then, but I think we told mom and dad we were all going different places, right? Wade was going, you weren't really going anywhere, but Windsor or whatever we said.
I think I said I had to work in Windsor for the week.
Yeah. Chad, I think it was Vegas. You were going to Vegas. You got upgraded.
Yeah. The part that everybody won't be able to appreciate is all the work that was behind the scenes and getting ready. You know, Missy and I said we were going to Las Vegas, you know, the weekend that they were going to be in Paris, because we didn't want anybody to possibly even consider that it was possible that a surprise could happen. And so we had actually gone to the travel agency like Robert Q, bought all these booklets of Vegas, and we spread them out on our coffee table and invited them over for dinner so that they would see them all. And we're like, oh yeah, we're going to stay here. You know, I had a fake itinerary of the plane flights and everything hanging on the bulletin board in the kitchen so they would see it.
You got to go big, man. You got to do it all.
Yeah.
Well,
we definitely did.
It was too big for them to obviously sniff it out, and so we didn't want anything like that to happen. So.
So you said Vegas, you said Vancouver,
Vancouver, yeah, BC.
And I was tied up with work for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it started with that. We all had these fake excuses of, you know, what we'll be doing while they're away in Paris. And then where did we go from there? I guess we just kind of get to, you know, the airplane, I guess. Do we?
Yeah, we got to the we got to the lounge and we all kind of like hung out in the lounge. Right? But then filmed some stuff there.
Yeah, but then you and I were thinking it'd be nice to get there faster. And so didn't we agree to fly the airplane?
Well, yeah, I was, you know, I always wanted to fly, you know, like a 7, I guess it was a 737 back then.
Could have
forget what it was. I'd never flown one before, but I thought, hey, I've seen it on video.
If anyone can do it, I played games.
I mean, you had a balsa wood airplane before that, so it seemed like...
I mean, I played some online video games.
Yeah. I seem to recall we thought, just in preparation for it, that we would get our pilot's license just to take them to Paris.
Fly with me, let's fly.
Okay, so we're just getting ready here to take off in Toronto. We figured the only way to get to Paris is really to fly the plane ourselves. So I've been taking some flying lessons with Wade. He's my co-pilot for this trip. And we should be in there to the gate in about 7 hours and about 5 minutes if we get a tailwind. So just sit back, Chad, and enjoy the flight.
Thank you, guys. Let's just run through the checklist, Spence, real quick.
Okay, perfect.
Happy anniversary.
So then, you know, we finally get to Paris and we did another video clip. I think, Jed, you were the star of that one. Just sort of setting it up that, you know, we're here.
Yep.
And I think it was a day or two before we had the big reveal coming up and meeting them at the restaurant. But
Il y aura toujours des petits, tu vois,
Hey, Mom and Dad, just outside the Hotel Madison here in Paris. Got here very, very early this morning. And guess why we came to Paris today? You have no idea, right?
I just
No idea.
I'll just come for a vacation, really. So too bad you guys couldn't be here to join. But too bad for you guys. I guess we'll see you when we get back from our vacation.
Wish you could be here with us.
We love you guys.
Wish you could be here. Ow.
But the crazy thing is that where we were staying, we're kind of, I think, in the 7th or 8th
District
arrondissement or whatever. Yeah. But everywhere we went, we were like so paranoid we were going to run
God.
into
That was the worst.
mom and
Big
dad
time
on the
paranoid.
street somewhere, right? There's, them walking around. And so I don't know how many bald men we saw.
With blonde women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, it's true.
And we all, hiding and deking out thinking that, oh my God, that's them.
Well, because
But it
the
was
whole
so
thing would be
funny.
ruined. Like
I know.
we wanted to obviously tour and see some of Paris because when are we going to go back there again?
Yeah.
But we also didn't want to run into them, so it was pretty challenging.
And I will say, although it was a dick move, I did enjoy quite regularly as we would be walking
Pranking
through a
us?
park, pranking you guys, and saying, "Oh shit, they're there!" And you never
We'd
seen
all
so many
run.
people.
We all scatter.
So many people just running for the hills, like
Like little
thinking that
ants.
they're
Yeah.
right there. But I mean, that's the truth, though. Like you've spent all this money, you spent all. We planned for months really to have this all work out. And imagine how much that would be ruined if they just saw us walking around the French district or
Right.
something.
Like, but what are you doing here? And then the
Yeah.
whole surprise would have been ruined.
Yeah, so that was pretty intense. Time.
So I know after that, and part of the planning was we engaged their friend Steve and Gabby, and we asked Steve to give them a anniversary card
certificate.
with a gift certificate for dinner at a restaurant that we'd actually picked ahead of time.
Yeah. There was preset that they had
Preset.
the time and day. It was all
Yeah.
done.
We really wanted Steve to make it sound like they couldn't really get out of this. So he made the reservation for them on the Saturday. This is the restaurant. This is the time. You guys got to go. It's all paid for. So we knew they'd be at that restaurant. And then we went to the restaurant and talked to the managers
Yep.
about what our plan was. Do you want to take it from there, Spence?
Yeah. So the funny thing is too, we also had we brought an iPad.
Yep.
And gave it to the restaurant and told them that we were going to be, FaceTiming our parents from
London, Ontario.
And so, but the funny thing is when they got there, they sit at the table, they see this camera that's, recording. They don't know why it's recording, but
Yeah, we should preface that by saying that we had set up a video camera
at
at the
the
restaurant at their table, so they would sit down and wonder why is this
why are
camera
they getting
here?
filmed?
And there was also a note on their table when
Yes,
they arrived.
a note that they had to read back.
Right.
Yeah.
And we just
Oh, I should have known.
You are being recorded by the camera on your table, so it's important that you read this letter out loud.
What camera on the table? What camera on the table?
That one.
My goodness.
Happy 50th anniversary from your sons, daughters, and grandkids. I guess I should grab my glasses.
Well,
Hi, good evening. How are you?
Thank you.
fine. We're very surprised. We have all of this we weren't expecting.
Can I give us something to drink?
Okay. We're sure you're having a wonderful time in Paris. As mentioned, there is a GoPro camera operating at your table. We would ask that you leave it on for the first 30 minutes of your dinner. There would be a remote on the table to shut off the camera. Don't worry, our intention is not to record your entire romantic Paris dinner conversation. In addition, the footage will be an integral part of something special we have planned for the party upon your return. So it's important we capture this moment. Don't you just love being part of a play when you don't know the script? In a few moments, your waiter will bring you a bottle of celebratory wine to enjoy with your dinner. Before you panic, Dad is on us. Okay, that's a good one. Since we all wanted to celebrate your special day, we took the liberty of calling the restaurant manager for a little chat. After lengthy conversation and phone brother magic, we arranged for a virtual toast with you via FaceTime. We are all connected in your honor for lunch in one of your favorite London, Ontario restaurants, the Black Trumpet. It's roughly 1:30 p.m. our time, but still a legitimate hour to enjoy wine with you. When you're ready to pop the cork, please let your waiter know and he will FaceTime us so we can toast together. Gotta love technology. 50 years together is an incredible accomplishment. You two should be very proud. We certainly are. Your dedication and commitment to each other, your family, and your friends is something that is truly rare and so very much appreciated.
Okay, so now obviously they've read the letter and they're saying, "Oh, how nice is that?" The guys, the letter basically says, "Have a great time. Hope you're having fun.
Wish we could be there.
Yeah, wish we could be there. But we've arranged to all meet at your favorite restaurant in London, Ontario, which was at that time was the Black Trumpet. We've all arranged. We've got a whole bunch of people that want to talk to you for your anniversary to wish you. Since we can't be there, this is second best situation. And we're going to do a FaceTime with you from London.
And all your friends are going to say a FaceTime message.
Correct.
Right.
That's right. And so now they've got the iPad. The waiter has given them the iPad, and little do they know, we're sitting out on that patio.
We're at the
same restaurant, but out on the patio where we can't be seen, so that we can FaceTime them on their Wi-Fi to my parents or our parents.
The funny thing was, none of us realized, we should have, but none of us realized that in Paris, no one goes out for dinner until like 10 o'clock at night. And we made the reservation for like 7. So the restaurant was empty.
Yeah.
Except like maybe 1 or 2 tables had people at it, but it was them at their table.
Yeah. It was empty. Yeah.
And so we're all in the patio, and now I think time comes for them to kind of get their calls from us, I guess, and we start FaceTiming them from the patio. Yeah. And I remember thinking, what if an ambulance goes by, because it's a very distinct sound. And we thought if they hear that, they're going to know. But then we kind of realized, they'll just think it's outside anyway. They won't even clue in.
Apparently our sons are going to FaceTime us. They are back in Canada. Oh,
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I have something for you.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Hello. Oh, this is so wonderful. Thank you so much.
Sorry, no sunglasses.
Unfortunately, Mom doesn't have...
Should we say bonjour?
Bonjour.
Bonsoir.
Can you hear us okay?
I can hear you, yes. But Mom's voice is kind of gone.
I haven't told you that I've been sick since we left Germany, because I didn't want you to feel bad. So I can.
He said,
I'm sorry, I can't hear you too well. There's a lot of people talking at the restaurant.
I said I haven't told you I've been sick since Germany, because I didn't want you to feel bad. But now it's all on camera, so I can't keep it from you. So tonight I have laryngitis. Good evening. Good evening. Yes.
Actually, I wasn't there because I recorded a video from the plane.
Oh, that's right. I actually forgot about that.
That's right.
That's right. We did.
Yeah. So
that's right.
Part of the whole scam was that Spence said he was going to Vancouver, and so.
But it was like last minute, so I couldn't be there to be partaking in that video message that you and Wade were on.
That's right. That's right. So what we said to them is that Spence couldn't be here, but he actually recorded a video when he got on his plane to Vancouver that we're going to share with you. And little did they know, of course, that this was just us on the plane to Paris.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to play it for you, okay?
Okay.
Hopefully you can hear it.
Hey guys, happy anniversary. We are just waiting for the plane to push off for Vancouver, and wanted to say happy anniversary. I think Wade and Chad are going to send you a quick Skype call or a FaceTime or something, just to send our wishes for your 50th. But we wanted to send you a quick little hello before we head off to Vancouver. So happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
50 years is a milestone, and I just want you to know that we love you very much. And talking of upgrades, I know Chad got to the 27th or whatever floor. As you can see, we are pimping out in a little pod here. So if you can see, so we got bumped first class. So I think we got the award for the upgrade. But anyways, we love you. Have a great time in Paris. Can't wait to hear all about it. Bye. Love you.
That's wonderful. Wow.
That's really great.
Okay, so now we've all kind of said our thing, and then and I think that's when I said to them, "Listen, there's some more people."
Yeah, some of their friends have also joined at the restaurant
because we needed a break to go in and surprise them, right?
Oh, yeah, I just remember we were all so bloody nervous because we didn't want it to screw up.
Yeah.
Like the amount, I mean, you guys know, our wives were there and they
were
like,
insane.
you guys are freaking wired. We were just so high strung because we wanted everything to
be
go
perfect.
So much planning, though, right?
Yeah, and one little thing could have made it all go badly wrong.
Yeah, so they're sitting there holding the iPad, and then we said, "Okay, hang on, we're just going to put this the phone down while we hand it off to the other friends that are here. It's a big surprise for you guys. Who's going to be speaking next?" And then we put the phone down,
The iPad.
or the iPad that we had. They're still holding their iPad,
right.
But then we come around the corner from the patio outside, and we just see the backs of them, holding this iPad, waiting to see who's going to be next to speak at the restaurant in Ontario. And then we all just come up behind them, and that was
so great. That was so great, and
the look on their face.
For me,
wow.
The cool thing is that we're coming in, sneaking in the back of the restaurant, and we see them staring.
On the video.
Like we know that we've got a camera videoing them, not realizing that we're sneaking out. So we're catching.
We're watching ourselves being
on video.
Yeah,
we're watching the back of their heads. Yeah,
we're looking at the back of their heads, and they're just staring at this iPad, waiting to see who's going to come on next as we're creeping up behind them. That was the best.
Guys, we have, we're actually not the only ones here at Black Trumpet. There's a few people that also want to say hello. But cheers you, and then we're going to switch off to the next group. Because there's only so much room here on camera, so.
Okay.
Cheers.
So cheers to you guys. Cheers. We love you so much.
We love you too.
And you love the meal for having.
We love you. This is
take a guess what we ordered.
This is wonderful.
Anyways, we'll set the camera down. You guys want to go? Okay. Hang on 1 second. 1 second, all right? We're going to switch. You're up. Okay, 1 second.
So I remember, if people are watching the video, we're kind of in that back corner. You can see us, and we're
sneaking in.
We're now kind of walking in slowly, and they think they're waiting for someone else to talk to them on the iPad. And we're all like, please don't turn around. Please don't turn around. We got to make this surprise. You'll see us kind of come in here. And then the moment happens where we tap them on the shoulder, and I think we yell surprise.
The look on their face was like, disbelief. I remember Mom had this look like,
Dad
what am I
was
seeing?
Yeah,
Dad was looking at the iPad
take.
like, how can you be here?
Yes,
and also here.
That's what I remember. He kept looking at the iPad and then looking over at us and then looking back at the iPad like, what? I don't understand. What's happening?
And I think at one point you said, you can turn off the iPad now, Dad, because we were live. They were stunned.
Absolutely stunned. The ultimate surprise right there.
Mm-hmm. It was a very, very special, very cheerful moment.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of tears of joy, and I get emotional just thinking about it right now, actually.
And then
Cheers! Surprise! Yeah, bucket list complete. Bucket list complete. Surprise! You can end this. You can end it. It's not really. There's no black comment. Oh my god. Awesome. You're sick. You're sick. This has been so hard to keep from you guys. I couldn't touch you on the plane.
Just come here.
Oh my God.
So nervous. No.
And then what they didn't know is we had actually arranged for another larger table at the restaurant. We reserved that for the whole family.
Yeah.
And so,
we
they
sat
moved. They
outside.
moved from theirs, and we sat outside and had a table right under the Eiffel Tower, right, like kind of seeing the Eiffel Tower.
Unfortunately, following that, I had to try a whole bunch of French food that I turned out I wasn't a
Extra
fan
onion.
of. Yeah,
You're not a fan
extra
of French
onion,
food.
and apparently I didn't know what tartare was. But yeah, that was so cool. Like just moving out there and just that, suddenly it takes it from them having a quiet romantic dinner
for two
to an entire family of 8 of us just there, all in Paris, surprising them. I mean,
Yeah,
the best.
3 of us, our wives, and them. It was pretty cool. And then I believe at some point, I'm not sure when it was, maybe during the dinner, that Dad said he wanted to take us on a cruise of the River Seine.
Well, I think him and Mom were going on that. He'd already
They were
booked
gonna go?
a cruise.
Yeah,
for the
that's
two of
right.
them.
And he got some extra seats.
And so then he said, I have to change this now, but that's what we're going to do the other day. So yeah, he got enough, thankfully, for all of us to go on that cruise. It was, what a perfect ending.
So we had a family dinner cruise on the River Seine. Am I saying the right Seine?
Yeah, and you can see there in the clip, we're kind of on the boat and you were taking some pictures with each other and just sort of enjoying the moment. The fact that really turned into a whole vacation for all of us at the same time was so cool.
Well, the other thing too that we haven't really talked about is we obviously, as we were there, engaged different people to wish them well on their anniversary. Like
Yes.
just complete strangers. We actually had the Air Canada flight attendants say a message. We had the pilot say a message. But then I remember we also went to this really cool jazz club in this basement, this really cool kind of pub.
That's right.
And they
She
had
was
a
excellent.
really amazing jazz singer.
Oh, phenomenal.
And I remember going up to her, or I think you went up to her, Spence, and explained the situation. And could she dedicate this song to Lou and Jerry for their anniversary? And she did. So.
I have a very special message for 2 very special people. This is going out to Lou and Jerry. I'd like to say hello. Bonjour, bonsoir, actually from Paris. And I understand you're celebrating your 50th wedding anniversary with your wonderful family. Big surprise. Yes, please. Lou and Jerry, congratulations to you. And I have a special song that I would like to sing just for you. Bon anniversaire. I waited till I saw the sun. But no, I didn't come. My heart is drenched in wine, but you, Lou, you'll make all Jerry's mine forever. Something has to make it run. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't come. Happy anniversary, Lou and Jerry, from your family with love in France.
And the part that makes that clip so funny is that, we told her, the premise of why we were there and that we wanted to film her singing and if she could dedicate this to
Right.
Mom and Dad. But she's looking at our table
Yeah.
saying, okay.
She wasn't cluing in.
No, she was.
I think she was.
She was, but she wanted to. She was saying it on camera so we could have it, and she's addressing Lou and Jer in 50th anniversary. But she's talking to our table, who's filming her saying this to get it on film for our parents. But everyone else in this jazz club,
that's
they're
right.
looking at us like they don't look like they've been married 50 years.
We're all young. We're like in our 40s.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
They were
It
saying
was
like,
kind of
"How about a
funny.
big round of applause for 50 years
Jerry
of
and
marriage?"
Lou, and everyone's clapping for us.
And they're all looking like, I don't
Wow,
get
did
it.
they get married at age 12? They're so young.
It was kind of funny. But then the coolest part, if you remember, they had on the ceiling and like some of the steel
The old
beams.
they were like old barn board or something. Yeah,
Everyone had sort of like
Wood beams.
written
Yeah.
names and
Yeah.
just little messages everywhere to mark that they were there. And so
they gave us a marker.
Yeah, we put mom and dad.
We immortalized our anniversary on one of those beams.
Yeah, I
Still
just
there.
showed it there in the clip there quick so they could see that. But that was really cool. That'll be there forever.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the other thing we did that was there forever is, I'm embarrassed to say because we stole someone else's lock, but the
That's right.
but the what do you call that bridge? The Bridge of Locks, or the
I don't
love
know.
bridge or whatever.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called. But everybody takes a lock and they clip it on the bridge. We stole someone else's lock and wrote our own message on that lock for mom and dad as well.
In fairness, the lock was really old and whatever they wrote on it had disappeared. It didn't say
You can justify it any way you want,
I'm
Chad.
justifying it. It was not locked for one.
It wasn't locked.
No, well, what do you think? I'm a lock picker?
I thought you just wrote on the lock that was already kind of connected to the bridge.
I don't think so. Did I?
I don't know.
I don't know, but whatever the case, there was no writing on it, and we wrote on there, Lou and Jer 50th or whatever, and then we included that in the video as well, that they would have a lock on that bridge with their name on it, which was cool.
So they're now immortalized in that jazz club on the beam, and they have their own lock in Paris. It was just a crazy, crazy thing that we did. I think we went for a total of 4 days?
Yeah, it was, I think, Thursday to Sunday.
Thursday to Sunday. Yeah, it was a whirlwind of activity for the sole purpose of celebrating two amazing parents. Like, it was so cool.
It was. And I think the best part was the ending that you put together, Wade, because it was, I think it sums up everything. I'm getting emotional.
It's true. It's true. No, we did. Yeah, we did. If you recall, we actually found the number 50.
Well, we went in. Yeah, we
everyday things around
we
Paris.
went and counted all the shops and signs anywhere we saw the name 50.
If it was 50% off,
we took an image of it. What?
The name 50?
Yeah.
Well, the numbers,
number.
yeah.
If we saw 50%, we just got the 50, and we made a video of all those different 50s from around Paris, and then we did this. We ended the video in this way. So I think it's probably fitting to end our podcast in the same way, the way that we ended the video for them. Sound good?
Sounds good.
So I hope everyone enjoyed this little walk down
memory
lane to Paris. Yeah. And again, I want people watching this to do something similar for their loved ones, because it was an amazing way to celebrate two people, and we'll never, ever forget those memories.
Absolutely. Thank you, Wade, for bringing that. Thank you, Spencer, for
pleasure.
Coming up with the idea.
Yes, my pleasure.
And thanks, Mom and Dad, for allowing us to do that for you.
Yes.
And we'll see you next time on ProBROknow.
50 years together is an incredible accomplishment. You two should be very proud. We certainly are. Your dedication and commitment to each other, your family, and your friends is something that is truly rare and so very much appreciated. Throughout our young lives, you were simply Mom and Dad, our parents. As the years passed and we developed into young adults, you became mentors, listening ears, coaches, and roadmaps. Once we embarked on our own journeys of marriage and parenthood, you transformed into tremendous role models, friends, confidants, Nana and Grandpa, and two of the most vibrant, kind-hearted, and generous spirits we know. In the end, you have always been and will always be Mom and Dad. But we wanted to take this time to thank you for being so much more, for showing us what the love and bond of family truly is, and the ripple effect it so wonderfully creates. We love you immeasurably, to the moon and back.